Cool. So, from the very beginning, we'll start from pre-incident indicators, non-violent posture. We're going to go into reactionary gap. We're going to go into personal space, defensive framing, anchor points, transitioning anchor points. As a matter of fact, several things from defensive framing. We're going to go into striking, so elbow strikes from defensive framing, palm heel strikes, eye gouging, harness, pushing off, creating distance, and then we'll just throw you stuff in there after that as far as joint manipulation, so joint locks, trap and peel. So basically we're just going to review everything, little bits of each piece, and we'll kind of sharpen them up as we go. Okay, so we won't really focus on one thing the entire time. We'll just kind of go through everything and make sure all of it's pretty clean, especially so where you could watch the video and then practice those certain things, just from the little like snippets that you have.
Sure.
Make sense?
Cool. Plenty. So far, so well.
Awesome, man. All right, so first things first, man. Pre-incident indicators. So obviously the pre-incident indicators that you're looking for are things in the face, things that I'm doing with my body. Me staring, me observing, me gaining a better position, and then me posturing, right?
Yes.
So those three things, everything you learned from the very first class.
Right.
While you're doing that, while you're observing that, excuse me, remember those four nonviolent postures. Hand on chin, arms folded, interview posture, and then once I cross that line, your own boundary, defensive posture, right?
Yes.
So you can go to defensive posture whenever you want, or whenever you start to feel you have that intuition, that oh crap moment, which could be all the way back here, or it could be here to your personal space.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
So you're going to start to notice these things all the way back here, and I'll start to close that gap. And once I close that gap, once we get to about here, I'll start talking about reactionary gap.
Gotcha.
Okay, but from all the way back here, these are just your pre-incident indicators. Remember, so touching this, boom, these types of things, right? So watch, so notice the tiny little cues.
Sure.
Good. So just out of those three times, what things did you notice, Simon?
The posture of your posture, you're walking towards me, the speed, the look on your face looked threatening to me. Although I did not see the feet disappear from my line of sight, looking straight at you.
Good.
Which is another cue I need to take note of.
What about me looking around?
You're looking around to see if there are any witnesses or if there's anyone taking notes or anyone watching what's going on, or to make sure that it's just you and me versus.
What about me touching here, the sleeves? You notice that?
Yes.
Here?
Yes.
Okay, the sleeves up, good. What about my fists? What about my hands being clenched?
Your fists are flexed, your hands are clenched.
Good.
That's
Jaw? Good. All those things, right? Just some indicators?
right.
Yeah. So now let's move into reaction. So you mentioned not being able, or my feet didn't disappear yet.
Right.
Right, because right now I'm within your personal space, right?
Yes.
About an arm's reach away. So
Yes.
if I go to two arms, that right there, go ahead and put your arm up, Simon. That right there is about our reactionary gap, right?
Yes.
So that should be the last ditch effort for you going from nonviolent to defensive posture. Meaning you could go to defensive posture all the way back here, but that's your line in the sand.
Yeah.
Your reactionary gap should be, whoa, hey, as soon as I start getting within that space,
Right.
that should be that boundary, right?
Right. Not necessarily when your feet disappear from my line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just that right there is when it has to happen,
Yes.
right? So I want you to think, man, if all the way back here I'm showing these pre-incident indicators, this is still considered a reactionary gap, right?
Okay.
This is just the end of the reactionary gap. Make sense?
Yes.
So this is the boundary.
Uh-huh.
So the second you go here, yeah, you don't see these anymore, right?
Right.
So now I'm within your personal space.
Correct.
Good. So, and let's talk about the defensive posture for a second too.
Defensive posture. Okay.
When you're in a defensive posture, unless you know that it's a threat, you don't have to go way up here, right? You can just keep this right here in your defensive posture. Make sense?
Plenty.
So if I don't know you, think about you're gonna be traveling.
Yeah.
And if I don't know you and there's some type of a stranger that's communicating with you, especially if you're getting a little bit closer, you're probably not gonna be doing this, right? But you'll probably be here.
Yeah.
You'll probably be ready. You'll probably have your hands up.
Something like this or this.
Or this. Yeah, and the second it starts to escalate, then maybe it's going to go here, right?
Most likely.
So just keep that in mind. It's just some food for thought. That's all. That you want to try to be as relaxed as possible. This automatically is, man, we're in it.
Yeah.
Right? So you know that, especially if I'm coming up, I'm showing all those cues. Yeah, you know that's happening. You know we're in a fight, right? You know you have to defend yourself now.
It's second nature.
Although if I'm just walking up and I'm like, hey, excuse me, sir, I'm getting this close, you may do this, but you're probably not going to go as aggressive, right?
No.
Yeah.
Like I could have forgotten something or dropped something. Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
Absolutely. So here's what I want you to think about, man. The reactionary gap is you're lying in the sand.
Yeah.
The second I pass that, you already know if you don't see my feet, you're up to a defensive posture. So now let's talk about that defensive posture, right? Defensive posture is your guns being up, you ready to respond. So what are you now watching for with your guns being up? Just with my body. I already showed you I was observing. I've already positioned myself. Now what are you watching for in my posture?
Jaw,
Yeah.
the hands, the eyes.
And you saw all those back there, right? So those are already part of the report. Let's go a little bit further.
The hands, maybe the left. That might be one of them.
What about a pre-contact cue?
A pre-contact.
What am I doing with my posture? What am I doing physically before I do
Positioning
anything?
yourself. Positioning yourself.
To do what?
Any number of things. To strike, to make sure there's nobody else watching.
So let's go specific to I'm about to attack you.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay? You already know, you already built your report back there. My jaw was clenched, my fists were clenched. I'm closing the distance. Your hands are up, but now what am I doing with my body for you to respond? Because if we're just right here and we're in somewhat of a debate, you're probably not going to go into a defensive frame, right?
No, right.
Probably not.
No.
Unless you feel extremely threatened.
Right,
But
like a raised voice, the bass, the volume, as I said.
what would it take you to go to a defensive frame?
Maybe a strike. If that's,
So, okay, so let's back out of that strike.
yeah.
What does my body look like before I strike?
The shoulders.
There you go. So I'm probably going to position my shoulder, position my feet. I'm probably going to be lunging, right? That's what I'm getting at. That's your pre-contact cue.
Yeah.
So I already showed you pre-instant indicators. I already showed you indicators. These are indicators, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm here.
Yeah.
This is your pre-contact cue.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Plenty.
Okay, cool. So when you see this, that's the most effective portion of that movement, right? So that's what you're going towards, right?
Uh-huh.
I can't throw an offensive strike without moving my shoulder, correct?
Correct.
So when I do this, you're defending,
Yep.
right?
Right.
And by defending, what would you be doing?
Putting my hands up,
And
waiting for the strike to come forward, and towards this.
there you go. Yeah. So
I'd be going for the defensive building frame.
defensive frame. So let's go back to the beginning. So a lot of this, you're going to probably miss tiny little portions of it just because it's been a while. You're doing it correctly, but just to think about it. So what I want you to think is you're intercepting it.
Yes.
You're not absorbing it. You're intercepting
Making the best defense and good offense in this case.
Yeah.
To get to
Yes.
this point. Yeah.
Totally. You're cutting the distance to cut my effectiveness.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
So for instance, if I just do this, I'm going to hit you with, just keep your arms down for a sec.
Okay.
I'm going to hit you with the most effective part of this punch, which is the end of this arm, end of this weapon, right?
Right.
So now if you just step in, and don't even worry about your frame just yet, just step in.
Okay.
You're still probably going to eat a little bit of that, but not the most effective part, right?
No, right.
So you're
doing the inner elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're cutting the distance to cut the effectiveness. Make sense?
Funny.
So now you add that defensive frame. So if I'm here and you intercepted, that's different than you absorbing it. Just say you just stood there and did this.
Okay.
Watch the difference. If I just did this and you absorb it, look at how your body went backwards. And now depending on how strong, how big, how fast I'm throwing, you may still eat that strike. Not effectively, but you're still going to eat it. However, if you intercept it, you step into it, yeah, not only are you not just absorbing it, you're intercepting it, but also this right here, that's going into me. The harder I go, the more I feel.
Right.
The more I feel, the less I want it.
Right.
Make sense?
Yes.
So that's why, you know, when we trained before, the harder we were going, the the more I was feeling it, right? Yeah, exactly.
Basically, as you said before, slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
Smooth is fast. Absolutely, man.
Right.
So, back to business then, with your defensive frame. We're just going to practice that. We've already practiced pre-instant indicators. Oh, I'm sorry, we've already gone over pre-instant indicators. We've gone over reactionary gap, defensive frame. What we'll do is we'll practice defensive frame, then I'll back out of it and we'll do the whole entire thing. Pre-instant indicators, pre-contact cues, framing, we'll freeze, and then we'll start to go into some striking, anchor points, and other things.
Good deal.
Sound cool? So let's just practice this for a little bit. Just what you already have, just give it a few more. What we'll do here,
Missed that one.
just get those hands up. Good, awesome. Intercept, don't absorb. Good.
Okay. There,
Hands are still up, right?
sure.
Good. All right. So take a breather.
Sure.
So now what we'll do is we'll start all the way back here, and I'm just going to give you the whole thing. Okay. I'm going to give you some pre-instant indicators.
Oh.
Go to your reactionary gap.
Okay.
At some point, you're going to go from one of your 3 nonviolent
Okay.
to your defensive posture,
Okay.
and then you're going to defend yourself.
Gotcha.
Sound good?
Sounds
So
good.
we're just going to put it all together.
Okay. Good. Same routine, right? When you go low?
Yep.
Gotcha.
That's simulating me pulling something out my waistband.
Oh, gotcha. Still going with the same routine.
Same routine. If it were to be a knife, we'd get a little more specific with pulling towards
Right.
the wrist.
I go towards the wrist. That with my left hand. That way
But you
don't
still
go
did
right.
it. You still did exactly what you're supposed to do.
Gotcha.
Good. And relax.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
So that's from all the way out here to all the way in there, right? So we spaced it out. So now let's start talking about, we did this just a couple days ago. Let's start talking about what you're going to do from the frame.
Okay.
Okay, from the frame, think about the strikes that you can use.
Okay.
Okay. Especially for you, there were some that were a little more specific that you liked. Right?
Sure. Or we did better with than others, yes.
Yeah. So before we go to the frame, let's just practice some of the strikes.
Sounds good.
Okay. So let's go palm heel strike. Always starting from defensive posture.
Okay.
Palm heel strike. Palm heel strike. Good. 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 Relax.
Yes.
Now let's go to an upper elbow strike.
Upper elbow strike.
Remember what that is?
Yes.
Covering the ear. Straight
Covering
up.
my ear, go straight up the elbow.
Yep.
Elbow.
We're gonna strike.
Here we go.
Here. Get to here. Get your chin. Good check. Ready? Cover your ear.
Cover my ear.
See, you're doing this.
Yes.
You're not. If you do this, this is flat. you do this, you want that bone exposed.
Gotcha. That's what I got.
Good. Good. One more. Good.
Thanks.
So now we're going to go forward elbow.
Okay. Forward elbow.
Forward elbow.
Okay.
Ready?
Let's find out.
So you can't. So
That
that's
is the
pointed
straight.
elbow. Yes. So we're going to go forward. Grab it.
Oh, right. I go this way.
Yes.
Right,
That way
rings
we
the
can
bell.
do forward and back.
Thanks for the correction. All right,
Okay.
that's what I got.
Ready?
Yes.
Good.
Missed that one, but
It's okay.
I got.
So, real quick before we start creating bad habits. So one reason or one way you can help missing that is put your hands to the face.
Gotcha.
Make contact with your hands.
Make contact with
Yeah.
my right hand to the left. Gotcha.
No, to this.
Oh,
This
gotcha.
simulates the face, right?
Yes.
So put your fingers here.
Okay.
Now replace this with your elbow. Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Thanks for the tip.
Absolutely. So hands to the face.
Yeah.
First,
Hands to
both
my-
hands.
Both hands to my face.
No, to this. To the pad, yep.
Okay.
So watch, so you hold it.
Okay.
All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically simply go here
Yeah.
to here.
Okay, so put both my hands there first, then strike with the elbow.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Just think about what that's gonna do. Think about what that'll do.
That could give me the option for eye gouging followed by the elbow strike.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And two more things. If you can't see, you're going to be able to replace that elbow. You're making contact. It's for accuracy.
Right, for feel as if I can't see hypothetically. Gotcha.
The other thing is, it's going to distract me.
Sure.
I don't know that elbow's coming.
Sure.
I just feel this and I don't like it.
Sure.
Make sense?
Sure.
Cool?
Yes.
Good. So see how you do it and release?
Yes.
Keep it there. Replace this.
Replace
that hand.
Replace the hand.
Yep. Nope. Watch. Hold it.
Oh.
So watch.
Push the hand forward.
I'm replacing this hand. Watch. Nice
Okay.
and light. Watch this. See that hand?
Yes.
I'm not doing this. Right? That wouldn't be replacing it. This is replacing it.
Okay.
See what I mean? So look, if I close my eyes, I'm still gonna hit the same spot.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
If I close my eyes and I come back, I'm guessing.
Uh-huh.
Does that make sense?
Plenty. We want to avoid guesswork here.
Yeah. I mean, accuracy is going to be hard to come by, but that's one of the reasons we do it, so we can try to make it a little more accurate, right?
So basically, to recap,
So go nice and slow, Simon.
go
Go
nice and slow. That's
yeah.
what I was just thinking. Yeah. So both hands forward,
Yep.
then
Replace with this.
replace.
Yes,
That's
perfect,
the goal.
perfect.
Okay. Let's see if I can do this in faster, harder motion first.
No, slow.
Slow for
Nice
now.
and slow. Yep. Slow, smooth as fast. Yep. Released it. Keep it there. Keep it there. Now
Okay.
let your hands.
Oh, keep my hands here.
There you go. Just like that.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, I understand now.
Yes.
Used to think it do.
Yes. Good. Good. Don't release it. Keep it. Don't just tap it and go.
Oh.
Leave that. When I say
Leave it.
freeze, okay?
Sure.
Freeze. See how your hands are there?
Yes.
Good. Go
That's
back.
the goal.
That's the goal. Ready?
So I got it.
Yes. There you go. Good. Released it.
Yep. Taking the
Here,
table.
come on back, bro.
Yep, thanks. I didn't spill anything, did I?
Not yet. It's closed up.
That was the question.
Good. Good.
Missed that one, but okay.
Good. 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 Now do the same thing with an upper elbow.
Hands up first, and
Good. 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 Keep that hand loose. Good. One more. Good. Awesome. Okay. So those are elbow strikes, right? So now that last, not the last one, the one that you just did before the upper, forward elbow strike.
Forward
Here's what I
elbow
want you to do. Do a forward elbow strike, touch your shoulder and freeze.
touch my shoulder and freeze.
Yep. Ready?
And the same routine as before.
Sure. Until we do defensive frame.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Freeze. and back.
Sure.
Back to a strike, I mean.
Back to a strike.
That
Gotcha.
pointed elbow, ready?
Sure.
Strike and freeze.
Yep.
Strike, keep the shoulder back. Strike it. Yes.
Gotcha.
Good. Good. Very good. Ready?
Let's find out.
So see how you tapped it?
Yeah.
Hands to the face. Nice and slow.
Hands
Going too fast. Going way too fast. Think about it.
Boom.
Yep.
Boom. And boom.
Still kind of released it. Come on back.
Okay.
Just trying to make it as perfect as possible. That's all.
Agree. Don't worry
Yep.
about speed. That'll come after
Totally.
getting the form done.
Get it to download first.
Agreed.
Get that muscle memory.
Agreed.
Okay.
Go as
Ready?
slow as I need to get
Yeah.
it done correct.
Yep. Build that mental blueprint. There we go. Hands to the face. Forward elbow.
Elbow.
Nope. Hands to the face. Forward elbow. So go with me. I'm gonna call by numbers. Okay.
Sure.
Ready? 1. Hands to the face. Elbow. Shoulder. Strike back. Perfect.
Gotcha.
Good.
This is Jamie.
You ready?
Mm-hmm. Find out.
Hands to the face. Elbow. Shoulder. Strike back. Good.
Thank you.
Good. Hands to the face. Elbow. Shoulder. Good. Here we go. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Elbow. Good.
Thank you.
Ready?
All right.
Ready? Is that her? I need to talk to you. Yeah. Please,
Find out. Okay, we're going back to forward elbow, were we? Or
forward elbow, then reverse.
forward elbow, then the reverse elbow, then the reverse back elbow. I think that is the rear elbow. Reverse.
Yep.
Pointed elbow. Gotcha.
Inner elbow.
Inner elbow. Okay, gotcha.
Reverse would be over the shoulder,
Oh, I see.
which we'll practice. Ready? So forward.
Hands to the face.
Yep.
Forward. And then.
Good. Perfect. Here we go. Do it again.
Okay.
Try not to release those hands, okay?
Don't release the hands up. All right.
Try not to. Go ahead. Good. Try to go to that shoulder side.
Okay. Go towards.
Just to give a little more torque. Ready? Awesome. Good. Okay, so forward elbow into an inner elbow, right?
Yes.
So just those few things right there, I want you to think you could do those things from a defensive frame, right? Because what we're going to progress to, obviously, you can't from the rear. So now let's just start thinking. We'll just simulate these, but if I go here and I'm trying to grab you,
I see where this could go.
yeah, you could do any of those techniques that you just did, right? And you could do them with either arm. So if you were just to do a palm heel strike, just simulate a palm heel strike, super light.
Okay.
Yeah, palm heel strike, right? If you were doing upper elbow, you can do upper elbow, right? So upper, cover your ear.
Those ideally don't make the right foot.
Yeah, just go through the motion, yeah, because obviously you don't know. Yeah, great. Go ahead. So defensive frame, go to upper,
frame.
upper elbow.
Upper elbow.
Yes. So then cover the ear, nothing changes, right? Yes. See where that goes when you
I
cover
do.
your ear?
It goes closer to the chin, nose, wherever I want
Yeah.
it to go.
So come back. Let's do forward strike. Forward strike. Forward elbow strike.
Forward elbow.
Here.
Okay.
Yes. And then back with the inner elbow. Go ahead.
Forward
So
elbow
forward.
strike, then back to the inner
Yes.
elbow. Gotcha.
So those things right there, that's what we just practiced.
Sure.
So those things you can use from defensive frame. So we'll just simulate those super slow right now because then we'll have a pad and then we'll get the pad.
Gotcha.
Okay, sound good? Look here. Defensive frame. Let's go palm heel strike.
Palm heel strike.
Yes, good.
Good.
Let's go upper elbow.
Upper elbow.
Yes. Good.
Yeah.
So forward elbow.
Forward elbow. Okay.
Yes. And let's go forward elbow into an inner elbow. Inner elbow. Perfect. That's it. Very good, man. Very good. So now those are all from the front, right? So now let's put a little bit of oomph behind those like this, okay?
Some more torque and speed needs to enforce it.
Right, because now we have a pad. That's all.
Gotcha.
Come this way a little bit, Steiner.
Sure.
There we go. You ready?
Find out.
Here. What was that?
That was the forward elbow, I believe.
Forward elbow, and your hand was closed?
My hand was closed, yes.
Crap together, man.
Yes,
Come on.
sir.
So, forward elbow across here.
Yeah.
Come on.
Upper elbow. Come
Yeah.
on, okay? You ready? So, I'm sorry. So let's go back. Palm heel strike first.
Palm heel strike
That's the
first.
first one we did. Ready? Good. Good.
Palm heel strike will further notice, right?
So now we're going to go upper elbow.
Upper elbow.
Yep, upper elbow.
Okay.
Now you know.
Upper elbow.
Oh, upper elbow. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. You
Ready?
did tell me.
Nope.
So now that's
Just cover your ear.
So cover my ear. Don't worry about the hand.
Don't worry about the palm heel strike.
No, I
Or
wasn't
the
doing
hand.
I was touching with the hand.
Gotcha. Okay, so
That
let's explain. So if you're going to do the hands to the face, that's without the defensive frame.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That may have been my fault. I wasn't clear on that.
Okay, mine too for
So-
not catching on.
So I want you to think, if we go defensive frame, you can go hands to the face, but you're already right here in that defensive frame. Just go ahead and go right to the upper elbow.
Just do the
Yeah,
upper elbow.
exactly.
The defensive frame.
Now, if we're in a position where, we're close here, yeah, exactly.
That's when I do the hand
Yes.
to the face and thing.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Or if we're in some kind of a hand fight. I'll grab it
Sure.
onto you. Yeah, go hands to the face and elbow.
Hands.
Yes,
Got
exactly.
it.
Makes sense?
This makes sense.
So I wasn't clear on that, man. That's my fault.
Gotcha.
All right.
No sweat.
Come this way. All right, here we go. So upper elbow from the defensive frame. Good. Keep the hand loose. Good. Simon, one more time.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Good. Good job. Let's go forward elbow now.
Forward elbow.
Watch,
Come on.
okay?
Yeah, so far I almost forgot to take the sucker off myself, but no big deal.
G-Shock, isn't it?
It is.
You can take it.
I think so too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
Are you
we're worried
ready?
about them.
Forward. There we go. Come on.
All
Forward
good?
elbow, squish that bug.
Yep.
Good. Forward elbow, squish that bug.
Push the bug. Yeah.
Nice loose hand. Good, Simon.
Thank you.
Good. This time, hand on the shoulder,
Hand on the shoulder, squish the bug.
inner elbow.
Inner elbow. Okay.
Forward,
Yeah.
inner. Okay, ready? Forward. Good. Try to make it all one fluid motion. Okay?
Gotcha, I'm on it.
Forward. Good. Go. Good. One more time.
Oh,
Good. Very good, man. Very good. So relax.
okay.
Breather.
Sure.
So those are from defensive framing, right? Those strikes. Now, obviously, you know some other strikes that we've been striking as far as hand striking, right? I think from right there, you can do a hook. We've done a hook, right?
Yes.
We've done an elbow into a hook.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, just yesterday, what was it, 2 days ago,
Yeah.
we did palm here to a hook, right?
With the left hand.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you still have those types of techniques that we worked on a couple days ago,
Uh-huh.
and those are still from framing, right? You still have a chin lift, so not even a palm heel strike, but into a chin lift. If I just went straight to this punch, this grab, and you dropped it. Oh yeah, you did it perfect. You drop the elbow and drive that up and step 2 steps forward.
Yep.
Yes.
Now I can do 2 steps
Perfect,
forward.
man.
At will, yes.
So notice you drop that elbow perfectly. Put that in. Muscle memory, right? Good job. So here again. Go. Good. Perfect. Add a little bit of oomph to it. Good. Very good, man.
Okay.
Good. Thank you, Simon. Good. Very good. Awesome. One more
Thank you.
time.
Oh,
Perfect.
all right?
Very good. Yep. Very good.
Okay.
I was trying to put a little pressure right here.
Oh, you're trying to apply pressure.
Yep. To your palm heel.
Oh, okay. I was
Yep.
trying to go easier on you
No,
for.
you're good, man.
your sake as well as everybody else's.
No, you're good. So now let's fast forward a little bit.
Okay.
You did a palm heel into a chin lift, right? So now I want you to think, if you do a palm heel into a chin lift, you're driving forward, and I think we covered this. And I started just digging down with my chin. What's something you could do with this other hand? Do you remember?
Okay, from the defensive frame.
Yes. So we go here, ball.
Yes,
I
do
a
this.
chin lift, and you're just not doing that.
One idea that comes to mind is I could do a left hook. Maybe if we can get this arm.
Slide this hand up behind my head.
Slide this hand up behind your head.
Yes. Turn my chin.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
This doesn't ring a bell. Not that
We didn't do that.
Cover it. Doesn't ring a bell, but I'll take it.
Okay. So now listen. Obviously, you don't want to jack my neck up, right?
Not
so
today.
We're gonna do this super slow, just so you kind of get that feeling of sliding that hand up there. And when I say turn the head, you don't just turn the chin, you turn it up. It's almost like I'm begging for money.
Oh, right.
Does that sound familiar?
Okay, let's see what I can do.
Okay, chin lift.
Chin lift. You go down. I reach for the back of your head,
straight up,
and then go straight up.
Exactly.
Because wherever the head goes, the rest of the body has to go to.
Follow. Exactly.
This does ring a bell.
So,
the lodge behind.
Nice and light. Okay, nice and light.
Yeah, there you go. That's the goal?
That's the goal. One more time.
Cool.
Okay, here we go. Perfect. Feel how I kind of dig down with my chin?
Yes, that's the goal. So I gotta press.
So the last time we did a chin lift before we did this, did you notice I put my hand right here on your arm and started applying pressure down?
The very last time we just did this now?
The last time before you did hand to the back of my head.
Okay.
Did you recall that?
I didn't notice, but not today.
So I did this.
And
when you went to chin lift,
I
did this.
Okay, that rings a bell.
So if I do that, slide that hand up. And just guide it. Yeah, exactly. So
then
even if I'm doing this, you still have that pressure with the other hand.
Right, and I have other options to take it down if I have to, send it down first and all that.
Simon, I'm noticing when you do the chin lift too, you're going like this.
Yeah.
You want to have your hands open so you can get to the eyes.
I guess that makes sense. I guess I would like to think I did it out of courtesy for Brian's eyes and sight.
I don't need courtesy. Just go for it. Put fingerprints all over my sunglasses.
Fair enough.
No, don't do it. Because they might go through. All right. So let's do it one time just for James, just so you can see and you could feel for your sake also, so you can see how close your fingers can get.
Let's see what happens.
All right, ready? Yeah, there you go.
That's the goal.
Good. Very good, man. Awesome, Simon. All right, so we've done everything from the front. Well, we've done a good portion from the front. The stuff that you've trained, right?
Yes.
Defensive framing, into striking, chin lift. Okay. So now we'll kind of stick with the striking aspect of it, but we're going to talk about choke escapes. So we went over this a little bit yesterday, but what I want you to do is get to choke escapes, and then we'll come back to where we were now and go to anchor points. But the choke escapes from the rear, the reason I'm doing this is so you can strike from the rear.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I want you to think, first of all, if you turn around, this is the worst position for you to be in, right?
Yeah.
We talk about this being the worst, this being not as bad, but I still have an advantage. This, we're both on equal playing ground, right?
Yeah.
So you want to get to this as much as possible, facing straight, right? So facing straight is what you want. Ideally, what I would like to get is all the way to your back.
That's
correct. So I want you to think, first of all, if I'm to your back, what do you have to do?
Try to get so that you're in my eyesight.
Turn and face the problem,
Most
right?
people don't have eyes back there.
Right. And I run faster forward, and you run backwards, right?
Yeah.
So I want you to think, if you turn around, you have to, I'm sorry, again, I have your back, you turn around, you're obviously not going to run backwards.
Probably not.
So you're going to come towards me, right?
Yeah.
If I'm attacking. Now let's just say I'm not attacking.
Oh,
Let's just say we're out in public and I'm this close to you. Sure. Obviously, you're just going to turn around and just start to protect yourself. But yes, look at where your hands go. So here's the thing: you may not go all the way here. This is what we talked about in the beginning, right? You may just turn slightly. If I feel you back here, I'm just turning here.
Yeah.
Make sense? So I'm showing you that, hey, you're pretty close here. I don't know who you are until I do.
Yeah.
And I'm still defending myself. If it's a complete ambush and I feel that pressure, then I'm coming around and I'm ready. Right?
Yeah.
So just the situation dictates.
Sure.
So back to business. Turn around. If I am that close, let's talk about striking from back here.
Okay.
So I want you to go palm down, and we'll go with your right hand first. Palm down and just throw your elbow straight back.
Throw my elbow straight back, palm down. Oh, palm down. Oh, God,
Yes.
I see what this is going to be.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay.
Elbow straight back. Think about you in the car.
Yes.
Remember in the car? Go ahead.
Yes.
Straight and turn face.
Yes.
Turn face.
Okay. Oh, turn and face you. Gotcha. After the strike. I
After
keep
the
my
strike.
eyes on the prize before I strike.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Actually look at where you're striking
Oh yeah.
because it's going to give you better range of motion.
So I've been told
Yeah.
by you and among the mission. All right, let's see what I got.
You ready?
Let's find out.
Turn face. Good. Back. Face. Good. Back. Face. Stop. Now, if that's something, ready?
Okay.
Turn. Good.
Ah, right. I should have probably extended my fingers, but I'm avoiding fingerprints. I just didn't.
Alright, so let's go to the other side.
Deal?
Ready? Come back here a little bit.
Sure. What the shit?
Yeah, there we go. Ready?
Find out.
This side.
Gotcha.
Yes. Good. Good. Good.
Okay.
Good. Ready?
Yep.
Good. Awesome. So let's go over that real quick. When you use this, if I'm grabbing you, say from behind, I mean, obviously there's a lot of different reasons, but one main one is if I'm grabbing you from behind and I'm grabbing you around your waist, my arms are under your arms.
Uh-huh.
Your arms are free,
Yeah.
right? So palms going down and I'm throwing that elbow strike,
Yeah.
right? So if I do this, go ahead and turn around, I'm likely hiding my face, but just that movement. So lift your arms, so you'll feel this right here. Boom,
Okay.
right here, that's when you're throwing that elbow strike.
So wherever I can, relative to the head, preferably.
Now, obviously, you don't want me to be in that position at all,
Hell no.
right? So you're gonna try to avoid that. That's me grabbing you, trying to take you down.
Yeah.
That's you with me, trying to take you down.
Yeah.
That's when you're throwing this. So that's what that simulates.
Oh yeah.
So now let's talk about what if I grab over your arms.
Okay.
So if I grab over your arms, big difference, right? You can't throw that reverse strike.
No.
Can you? So what I want you to practice is this. Obviously, you're going to be moving. You're going to be moving your hips, but I want your palm to go up, and I want your elbow to go straight back up and think to my chin.
Okay.
Okay.
So palm
Now,
up straight to your chin and
Just
elbow straight to your
FYI,
chin.
it's likely not going to hit my chin, but that motion is going to give you hopefully enough motion to move and create space.
And maybe get out of the grass.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So let's just practice going straight back with that elbow. Ready?
Let's find out.
So palm up or palm into the side and elbow straight back.
Okay. Elbow straight back. Okay.
Go ahead. So see how you went over? So watch this.
Okay.
If I'm doing this, throw an elbow straight. Can't do that, right?
No.
So go palm up.
Palm
Turn your
up.
Palm up.
Turn palm up.
Yep. And go straight back. Yes. Now go. See how you go off to the side a little bit. What if you watch this? Hold this pad just so I don't I'm gonna try not to hit you. But
Okay. Go
put
ahead.
pressure there. So if I bring my palm up,
Mm-hmm.
I can throw this way. See what
Yes.
happens?
I
So
think it gives more shoulder movement. Or
hip movement.
Hip movement.
I
Gotcha.
want to create space. I may not hit you.
Yeah.
If I do hit you, what I'm trying to do is aim here.
Oh yeah.
Makes sense? But if you have a tight grip on me, I'm not going to be able to hit you likely, but I am going to be able to make hip movement.
Yes.
Because remember, what's the most important thing? Turning and facing, right?
Turning and facing.
Getting us on equal playing ground.
Oh yeah.
Right? Okay, so let's do that. So straight back. Elbow straight back. Go ahead.
Elbow straight back, palm facing.
See how you went. Good. Ride your side.
Oh, ride my side. Okay.
Ride your side.
Let's see what I got. Let's see what I got.
Okay, do it. Still doing it. Here, watch.
Ride my side.
Ready?
Okay.
Throw it.
Yes, I'm on it.
Throw it. Throw it. There you go.
That's the goal.
See?
Keep my elbow close to my ribs
Yes.
the entire time
Now-
while keeping my palm up. Yes.
Now when you do it, turn and face.
Understood.
Okay, right? And I'm going to give you the reason behind that. Ready? Go ahead. Turn, face. Good. Back, go back.
Okay.
Go back. Do it. Good. So what that's doing is you're probably not throwing a big, hard strike in the knee, but you're moving your hips.
Yes.
And what you're not going to be able to do is if I have a grip over top of you, you're not going to be able to lift that arm up and throw this.
No.
So you're going to go here. But you're only doing this so you can start to move the hips.
So I can maneuver my hips alongside with the elbow strike.
So do you remember doing rear choke escapes?
Rear choke escapes. I remember the name, but I don't remember the methods on it.
So we didn't cover it a ton, but what we did cover, one of those techniques, you were going to throw one of these elbows. So if I grab you here,
Yeah.
one of those elbows you're throwing straight back.
Yeah.
Not.
Oh.
Straight back because you're going to swing it through. Go ahead.
Okay.
Straight back, just like you did.
Okay.
Just like you just did. Now, but straight through.
Straight through.
Flip center.
Oh, gotcha.
We may not have covered this
Okay.
a whole lot, but when I do this, go ahead. Arm over. Look, see this elbow? If I move these hips, look.
Oh, I got you.
Make sense?
Yes.
So watch.
Okay.
Keep doing that. Now, there's a whole lot to do up here, but just this movement alone, look.
Nice.
Make sense?
I think so.
So that's one of the reasons you throw this elbow back there.
Yes. So throw the elbow
Okay.
back and move the hips alongside.
Yeah, exactly. There
Right.
we go. Exactly. So we'll do both sides. Ready?
Go ahead.
Good.
Then turn back and face you.
Perfect.
Gotcha.
Yep. Ready?
So you got it.
Good. Other side.
Okay.
Ready?
Let's find out.
Good. Turn face. Good. Turn her up. Good. Good. Very good. Palm up. Ready? Here we go. Good, Simon. Perfect.
Thank
Good. So those are those lower rear elbows. And that's going to help you with a choke escape. That's going to help you in any escape if I'm behind you. Okay? If I have my arms underneath your arms, obviously you're going here.
Yes.
If I have my arms over your arms, you're going here.
Gotcha. While going
Makes
through the routine we just did, namely,
Yeah.
try to look back if possible,
Better
palm up, rotate the hips, which will help rotate the hip, and aim wherever I can.
Right.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
So those are strikes from the front and from the rear.
Understood.
You did elbow strikes from the front and the rear. Gotcha. Okay? Several elbow strikes from the front. So now let's go back. Let's turn around.
Okay.
And let's start talking about, turn around facing me. And let's start talking about anchor points.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure. Maybe I should too.
Yeah, probably.
You can put him here if you want.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, true. Ready?
Find out. Anchor points. So.
Anchor points. We're going to go do it super slow.
Okay.
That's the frame.
Then
Yes.
slide the wrist.
Boom.
Slide my hand to your wrist.
Yep.
And then turn around.
Transition.
And then push you forward.
Yeah, so that's the full thing. For right now, all I want you to do, let's get good at just finding that first anchor.
Okay.
Okay? Cool?
Finding the personal what?
First anchor point. Yep, first anchor point. Ready? First anchor point. Okay, first anchor point.
Okay.
Right.
Now I slide my wrist
Yep.
down to my ribs, or
Yeah.
hip, and then grab this.
That's it.
Okay. Move forward.
You got it.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
So there's a reason why I'm showing, because I'm going to show you a sweep.
Oh, right.
Okay.
You did warn me that yesterday.
Yeah. We're not going to go to the ground, but I'm going to give you the steps to do it. Because obviously we
Sweet
don't.
kick right here.
Ready?
Okay.
Slide, slide. So here's the thing. Don't do this in 2 steps. You're already advanced enough.
Okay.
Boom. You can do the same time.
Okay, good deal.
Same time. Ready? There you go. Good. Go back.
Okay.
This time, start to tuck your head.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Good.
Tuck my head as I'm doing the
Perfect.
ankle. Gotcha.
Yes. Good.
All that's the goal?
Yep. That's it. Good. One more time. Good. Now, here's what I want you to do. Breathe after you hit that anchor point.
Gotcha,
Okay.
on it.
Damn. Now, you're frozen, right?
Yes.
I want you to take this leg.
Yes. Step on your right leg.
Yep. Step behind it.
Oh, step behind it. Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think I see where this goes.
Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, does it?
No. Oh, step behind it like
Yeah.
so. Jesus. It was a perfect.
There you go. Now, now here's what you're going to do.
Uh-huh.
Just start driving forward.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Then
Good. Okay. You're going to take this leg up.
take your leg upward. Gotcha. I see.
Just by you taking that step forward.
I
So
see.
nice and slow.
Boom.
Anchor
This.
point,
And then step
and
forward.
Yes.
Yes.
You're basically going to make me trip over.
Right.
Okay. So we're going to add to that here.
Awesome.
Yes. Good. Very good. One more.
Right.
Good. Perfect. Now, what you're going to do, you're going to take that underhook.
Uh-huh.
You're going to slide that underhook from here, elbow back, straight up to here.
Under the back. Okay, gotcha. As I'm driving forward with the back.
Remember, elbow down,
Yes.
chin lift.
Let's see what I got.
You already know this. Okay, nice and slow.
Uh-huh.
Boom. Anchor point. Chin lift.
Chin left.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Exactly.
Poor creatures.
Ready? You can do that chin lift before you do the step if you want.
Dang.
Okay? Ready?
Yes. Let's find out.
So that's why you want to do it before the step.
Yes, do the chin lift
You
before
good?
the step. Gotcha.
Do you notice that?
I do.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
So go back.
Uh-huh.
Anchor point first.
Gotcha. Anchor point first.
Yeah. Because if you end up doing this and you lose it, at least you have that anchor point.
Yes.
There you go.
That's the goal?
Good.
Okay, good.
Very
Thanks.
good. Awesome. Relax.
Thanks.
Now we'll go to the transition.
All right.
Okay, so anchor point. Transition to the rear.
Transition to the rear.
Okay. Ready?
Let's find out. Got the goal?
Forget about the sweep.
Oh, don't do the
Just
sweep.
transition.
Right, as though I'm pushing you away. Right.
Yes. Yes.
That's the.
Ready?
More or less the goal.
Ready?
Let's find out.
Get that secure first.
Right. Secure your hand so that in case you have a knife, it won't touch me.
Yep, secure it. Then transition. Okay. Got me. There you go. Find that anchor point.
All right, I'm on it.
Good. Because the next thing we're doing is the harness.
Oh.
Okay. Transition.
Yep.
Hold.
Oh, hold it. Gotcha.
So don't forget to push for a second.
We're ready to push for now.
I want you to secure that anchor point.
Okay.
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 Go.
Secure the anchor point.
Yep.
Okay. Transition. Okay, and this is.
Transition.
Okay.
Transition. Go ahead. Transition. You know how to do it.
Oh, transition.
Transition. Yeah.
Okay, let's
Breathe.
go.
Now, is that an anchor point?
No,
There.
this is the goal. Right.
That's the anchor point.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yes.
So that's what you want to hold.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now you're the one who said it, not me. What if I have a knife?
If you have a knife,
Right.
keep it into my hip.
Yeah. So if you just push me off real quick, I'm coming right back at you.
Yes.
Right. So secure that anchor point. because then we're going to go to a harness.
Okay.
Okay. Anchor.
Yes.
Anchor.
Oh, God. Right.
Come on, we got practice, right?
Gotcha. Fair enough. I'm on it.
Anchor.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
There you go. Good. Let's do this real slow.
Okay.
Now this will be good for you to watch.
Sure.
Do a front anchor point.
Front anchor point. Okay.
Okay. So for you to do a rear anchor point, what do you have to do?
I have to switch hands.
Switch
and
hands.
Positions.
Switch hands and replace the underhook.
Yes.
So that's what you were forgetting. So for you to go back to the front, what do you have to do?
This.
Describe it.
I have to change your hand into my opposite hand.
Yes.
And my anchor point from one arm to the next.
Your underhook, right?
My underhook.
Go ahead. Do it.
Okay.
So replace. Yep. Replace that underhook. Do it again.
Okay.
Switch. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. And push. Yes. Good.
Thank you.
Got that now?
I think I got the picture.
What you were forgetting was you were jumping right into that push and you were forgetting the underhook.
Yes.
And I want you to think, if I'm continuously attacking you, you want that underhook,
Oh yeah.
right? Because if not, we're just going through the same cycle.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
So I got.
There we go. Let's go. Ready? Underhook. Place. Yes. There you go, Simon. That's
Thank
it,
you.
man. That's it. That's
Where
it.
to go from.
Good. One more time, a little harder, a little faster.
Okay.
For me, you just go straight. Yes. Good. Very good, man. Perfect. Very good. So, let's talk about the harness.
Okay.
Do you remember the harness?
Not offhand, but I guess I'm about.
So the harness is going to be from that rear anchor point, right? So go ahead, go rear anchor point.
Rear anchor point.
Yep. Do you remember? If you remember this from rear anchor point, if you're on my right,
Yeah.
you're gonna take this hand, secure my waist.
Secure your waist.
Go ahead.
This right hand. Left hand.
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay.
Secure it. So I'm not. So basically here, so I'm not moving, right?
Yes.
This hand's going up here.
Okay, so I go here.
Yes. Nope. Not a choke.
Oh, not a choke.
So let me
Okay.
just show you. Let me just show you just so you
Better.
reiterate.
Sure.
Okay?
Good idea.
So from this rear anchor point, I'm going here. Try to move.
Okay.
Try to move. Hard to move. That's the moving. Not moving. Keep going right to the head.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. So go back. Face
Okay.
forward.
Okay.
Ready? So I'm going rear. Secure. Secure.
Even if I try to go the
Alright.
opposite way, it's off limits.
Yeah. So let's just try that. Go ahead. Go back.
Opposite hip way. Okay.
Yeah. So whichever way you're going to go. If you're going to go left, gotcha. If you're going to go right, gotcha. Make sense?
Yes.
And that could even be a brachial stunt.
Yeah. All right.
Little collision up there. So I don't want you to think about brachial stun. I want you to think about securing it. If the brachial stun comes, sweet. At least secure. Secure first before you start thinking about anything else.
Okay.
So nice and easy, nice and slow. You ready? Anchor point. Waist.
Waist. So I put my hand here.
Neck.
Then the neck.
Yep.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Good. Now, thumb against my chest.
I'm against your chest.
No. Down.
Oh, downward.
Nope.
Oh, there we go.
Yes. Can't slip in there. Right? Release.
Okay.
Good. Ready? Anchor point to a harness.
Anchor point to a harness. Okay, so first I go to the waist, then from here
Yes.
onwards.
There you go.
With my thumb pressing downwards and your chest to short foot. Gotcha.
There you go. Ready? Do it again.
Okay. So from here, then to here.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Perfect. Good.
Thanks for the
So,
lesson.
now, what about the other side?
Other side. You need to. Okay.
Try the other side.
That's what I got. Okay, so let's say I've got you from here.
So,
Go to the waist first, then
Good.
reach onward, upward.
But now look at that. Yeah. So, let me ask you a question, man, because you could do it like that. That's exactly how you did it the opposite side, but let me see if something else works better for you.
Okay.
At least. So, and this is just my preference. This is what I do.
Okay.
From this side, just because I feel more that my dominant side is I can control a little bit more over top. So what I'm going to do is instead of the waist and going here, I feel a little more dominant with this side, with my dominant side, if I just simply go here, still holding this,
Yeah.
then go straight to here. Make sense?
So the neck first, then the waist
Yes.
next. Gotcha.
Because now watch. We'll just try to just
Sure.
go to either side. So if you try to go to your right,
Yeah.
I have you here. Go to your right, step to your right, and here, right? If you go to your left, I've got this already.
Right, you can break my elbow from there.
So think, it's totally up to you.
It's preferential.
Totally.
Yes.
Okay. But you could try both ways.
Okay, let's see what we got. So first, I've got you at the anchor point from here.
Yep.
I'm gonna go around your neck,
Uh-huh.
then through the waist, and then we'll see what happens.
Yes.
You try to step to the right. That gives me time to. What's?
You're just secure. You just have me secured.
Just
Right?
have you secure. But if you try to go to the left, I can.
Same thing. You have me secured.
Got you
Now,
secure.
essentially, from right there, you're either going to take me down, or you're going to push off.
Right.
Right.
Whichever makes the most sense.
Yes.
Yes.
What I would suggest, the harness. We're going to add that a little bit of speed, a little bit of power.
Let's see what I can do.
So listen, that doesn't mean you're going faster and more powerful. That means you're just responding to me. I'm going more faster and more powerful.
I respond to the same speed,
Same
and smoothness, and effectiveness.
Exactly.
If you
Even
go slow, I go slow, and vice versa, it's fast.
Even if you have to go slow to keep remembering.
Sure.
Okay? So let's nail it down.
See what we got.
Ready?
Yeah.
So we're going to go to offensive frame, anchor point, boom, transition,
Yes.
harness.
Okay.
I'm going to go here. There we go.
Go up the side of it.
That's it. Good. Awesome.
Excellent. Yeah, this doesn't ring a bell from the previous session,
We
but
did it at the park the one time.
okay. Good.
Uh-oh. Close enough.
Caught me a little.
There you go. Good. Transition. Good.
Now, here to here.
Got it.
Nice.
Very good, man.
Awesome.
Pretty crazy, huh?
It took me a little while by surprise there, but that's the goal.
Pick it up.
Oh, you had to.
Good.
Right. Now we do leave the left hand or right hand open or out while I'm doing the harness. Is that right?
What do you mean?
Well, let's say I've got you in the harness. Throw your strike. Boom. I do this. Then I pass the hand. Anchor point.
Yep.
Now I do. This hand stays open. So while I do all of the above, all these.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Your arms stay free.
Now let me just clarify something.
Okay.
If I have a knife, if I have a weapon, you're not going to go to harness.
No, right. That was
Right.
going to be my. That was
You're
why I-
securing this.
Right. If you have a knife, that changes whether I use the harness or not.
Yes.
Okay. Or
Now,
not, whatever.
you can from here. Remember, that's why we do both. Harness, push off, anchor point, push off, right?
Yes.
And running it out of dodge.
Yes.
So you're going to have to be able to make space.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's just try both. Go to harness, push off. Go to anchor point. push
Harness,
off.
push off, anchor.
You could do it whichever one first. Doesn't matter.
Okay. My choice. Okay. That's the push off. Another push off, and we're going to try the harness now. Let's see what I got. Let's see what I got with the harness.
Good.
Awesome, Simon.
Very good. So, one was push off, one was a harness,
Yes.
right? You could have pushed off of that harness too,
Right.
but you have options there.
Right.
Right? So, as far as anchor points, do you have any questions?
Anchor points. No, I think
This is your video. You're going to be taking and switching.
Oh,
watching.
gotcha.
So,
Okay.
do you have any questions on anchor points?
Okay. No, just reviewing request statements. Anchor points are for if the opponent has a weapon. The
Possibly.
harness is more for if the opponent is more barehanded.
And you want to control them.
Right. You want to control them.
You have the option to take them to the ground.
Right.
Right? So think you have the option of taking them to the ground with both, with the front and the rear.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So with the front, you just did a little step through.
Hmm?
Chin lift, step through.
Right.
It's kind of a modified sweep.
Oh yeah, and about the sweep. Can the sweep be used for either barehanded or armed opponents?
That's up to you.
Oh, okay.
I mean, honestly, if I could get somebody to the ground and me stay up, then I'm going to do it. But
Right.
that's the problem with taking somebody to the ground. A lot of times when you take them to the ground, you don't know if you're staying up.
Nah.
So that's why I like to save subject control, especially in harness, for law enforcement.
Sure.
Because they have to maintain that contact. They're now taking somebody into custody. You're not. You're getting away.
Right. Usually, yes.
Make sense?
Yes.
So they're trying to apprehend somebody. You're just trying to get away and be safe.
Yes.
Now, is there a time when you may have to apprehend somebody?
I
If
guess.
they're continuing to come after you, right?
Right.
If you've got assets, if you've got somebody with you that you're trying to protect.
Or they just won't let go of my egg. Right.
Yeah. You just keep going at it. Dude, you eat Eggos?
I used to. The waffles.
Those are delicious.
They were, yeah. Although I prefer the made from scratch stuff now nowadays.
Yeah,
It's borrowing it from the TV commercial, rather.
copy that.
You guys who like fitness shouldn't be eating either one.
Yeah, you being a person that's into fitness, I'm surprised you like Eggos.
I don't. I like the TV commercial from back in the day, but that's hence the humor.
Right on. I'm messing with you. Oh crap. All right, Simon. So this is what we've covered so far. We've covered some pre-instant indicators. We've covered pre-contact cues, defensive framing. We covered striking from defensive framing. We covered a chin lift from defensive framing. We covered from the rear, different positions. The rear being absolute no, right? We covered turning and facing. We covered strikes from the rear.
Yes.
And then we turned back around and we covered anchor points. Anchor points, transitioning anchor points, harness, and a push off.
And the defensive frame, which I think you listed too.
Yes, defensive framing. So we covered all that stuff. What time is it, Jane?
1:15.
Okay, so we got a little bit of time. I want to go over choke escapes.
Sure. Good
Okay?
idea.
Front choke escapes.
Front
is
choke
what we're
escape
mainly going to concentrate on.
Good deal.
Here's the thing. Rear choke escapes, we touched on it a little bit, but the main thing I want you to remember is always protect your neck.
Yes.
We went over stuff yesterday, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I want you to cover your neck. I want you to always go chin down, shoulders up,
Chin down, shoulders up.
face the problem, right? And I shouldn't be behind you anyway. So let's go from the front. Let's just cover this, and this is how we'll wrap it up. So I just want to see if you remember a couple of things.
Sure.
There's several things that we taught you. Two main things.
Yes.
Okay.
You got my neck.
When I have your neck, what are the two main things you're doing right off the bat?
One that comes to mind is maybe a chin lift
Okay.
and
you
maybe
can
an
do
eye
that.
gouge.
So those are all things you could do. Those aren't wrong
Oh,
answers.
Okay. What were the answers you were looking
But I
for?
want you to think. You got to clear this first.
Oh, shucks. The windpipe.
You got to clear your neck first.
Yes.
Yes, you could go to the windpipe, but you have to clear your neck first. That's going to be, those situations are in case I can't get that hand away. You want my hand away from your neck. So I want you to think, to relieve some of that pressure, shoulders up, chin down.
Shoulders up, chin
right?
down.
Those first two things are what we're talking about. So boom, here, yes, exactly, shoulders up, chin down. Now I want you to think, technique-wise, two things, pushing away from the danger and getting out of the circle.
Yeah.
But the way that I push away from the danger is I go 2-on-1. And step out of that circle. Remember, I don't push the arm away, I push myself away.
Yeah.
That's one way that we do it, remember? So let's just practice that. Go.
How you guys doing?
Good, how you doing, bud?
Sit down. Then I'm gonna aim
Two hands on one wrist. You remember this?
2 hands and 1 wrist. Okay, yes?
Yeah,
No, I don't remember, no.
you're drowning right now.
I am, yeah, I would be
So
without
what's-
some other answers.
So I want you. So you're doing everything right except for one thing. One thing one of the main things. Go 2 of your hands on one of my wrists.
Gotcha, this rings
Yeah,
a bell, and I
there
think
you
I'm going for
go.
the thumb. Jesus.
Don't worry about the trap and peel right now. Just worry about getting away from the danger.
Oh, right. Yeah,
So watch here. Let me do it. Let me do it to you, Simon. real quick.
Sure.
So go ahead. Go to choke.
Okay.
Look. Shoulders up. Chin down. 2-on-1.
Gotcha.
2-on-1. Now
Oh,
watch.
that.
Out of the circle.
Gotcha.
You remember this?
That rings a bell. Thank you.
There we go.
Let's see if I can remember any of this. Shoulders up, chin down. Bam, bam.
Turn. Push. Out of the circle. Nope.
Push.
We've spent a lot of time on this on the beach.
Yes.
step out of the circle. Don't push away my hand. You push yourself away. Go ahead. Yes.
Gotcha.
There you go. Do it again.
Okay.
Shoulders up, chin down. Push away. Yes.
Is that the goal?
That's the goal, man. There you
Gotcha,
go.
I'm on it.
Shoulders up, chin down. Push away the danger. No. There. Okay. Other side. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Everything else is acceptable?
Yep. Totally. Good. Perfect, Simon. Very good.
Push away with my feet and torso and my
Just
hand.
think, get out of that circle.
Get out of the circle.
That invisible circle.
Sure.
Okay, ready? There it is.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Good. Perfect. So now, do something else. Instead of going 2-on-1, what if you bring your arm all the way over?
All the way over.
Remember this one?
Not offhand. But
Okay, so let me do it to you first. I'll do it nice and slow. So choke. So I'm going to squish that bug. Remember how we throw strikes?
Yes.
Squish the bug. I'm going to bring this all the way over.
Yes.
See how that breaks that choke?
Yes.
Now when I do it, watch again. Coming all the way over, but I'm going to add something.
Huh?
What do you think I'm going to add?
I'm guessing it is a shoulder. Shoulders, yes.
So watch my shoulders now.
Okay.
Feel the difference?
I'm gonna have to let go sometimes.
Yes, exactly. Feel that difference when I shrug?
Yes.
Then go over. So, okay, ready?
Chin down, shoulders
Now,
up.
shoulders up. Look how I shrug.
Uh-huh.
Try that.
Let's see what I got.
Yes. Good. Perfect. Squish the bug.
Got to squish the bug alongside.
Yes.
Ooh.
Perfect, Simon. Ready?
Gotcha.
Yes. Good. Now, let's add something. So when you do it this time, do it nice and slow. Rest your hand on your shoulder.
Rest my hand on my shoulder.
Good. Go over top. Do the same thing you just did.
Okay.
Squish the bug. Nice and slow. Slow.
Too slow. Oh,
Okay,
go
you're
slow.
gonna break my wrist.
Gotcha.
Here we go.
I felt
Ready?
the pain too.
Slow.
So, shoulders up, chin down.
Yep. Over.
the
Yes.
top.
Now look.
Squish the bug.
Now look at where you're at.
Yeah.
Look at your elbow.
Let's see where this could go.
Yes.
Yes.
So we go all the way back to the beginning.
Yes.
Makes sense? So let's just go through that super slow. Go through the motion. Ready?
Okay.
Over top.
Over the top.
Yep. Nice and slow. Go ahead.
And then
Yep. And straight.
boom.
Do it again.
Yes.
Oh, good. You can go a little bit faster this time. I'm gonna move my hand.
Go fast.
Ready?
Okay.
Here you go. Go ahead. Perfect.
Gotcha.
Do it again.
Gotcha.
Ready? Good.
Gotcha. Love it.
Very good, man. So, last thing we're gonna do is put the pad up. Okay? So when you do this, I want you to do one thing with your foot. This is adding on a tiny little detail. You're gonna squish the bug, go over, but when you come back, I want you to bring your foot back.
Okay, so squish the bug both count.
Yes. Yes.
I think I get
Okay, ready? So over top.
over the top.
Squish the bug. Yes, and there it is. Good. Ready?
Oh, that's the goal?
That's the goal. That's it, man. I just can't get both hands up here because it's pad. Good.
Right, that makes sense.
And over. Good. One more time. That's it.
Gotcha.
Boom. Go. Perfect. Awesome, man. Very good job. Questions on any of those?
Can't think of any offhand, but
So we reviewed quite a bit.
I'd say so. Yeah, no, you
You got a lot of good video to study, to go over.
can't wait. Is it all on YouTube? That's one other question that comes to mind.
She's gonna put some stuff on YouTube.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And I'll be